Hi, I'm Blissfully Emma. Welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you all again. I do vegan health and lifestyle videos every Wednesday, so if you like what you see, please hit subscribe. Today I'm going to be making vegan mushroom risotto. Now, I've heard many people say, oh, risotto, that's so boring, or oh, what, you know, that's not got much flavour, but the way I make it, after countless times trying out different ways of doing it, combining different recipes I've seen online, this is my favourite way of doing it. Risotto is also one of those recipes that's really great to batch cook. I often have it cold for work, so I'll have it with salad like spinach, tomatoes and onions. Other times I'll just leave a big stock of it in my fridge at home so that I can just dip into it when I get back. Well, when I get back from work, because quite often I get back pretty late, so you know, I'll go to work, I might go to a fitness class after, and the last thing you want to be doing is making some huge meal, cooking something from scratch. If you've got something in the fridge like risotto, you can just heat it up and you're good to go. It also tastes great with kale and broccoli. I quite often chuck some asparagus in there, and it's one of those dishes as well that even though I'm showing you how to make it a certain way, you can add all sorts of different veg in it, all sorts of different flavourings and spices, just to make it how you like it. It's also been a great dish to have with friends, so quite often if I have a friend coming round, I'll either already have it pre-made from the night before, or we can just make it together because it's quite a simple dish to do. Now, I've got a little bit of a secret ingredient that I'm going to be sharing with you with this dish. You have to let me know what you think. It's a little bit different. If you've got any secret ingredients of your own, or anything that you prefer adding to mushroom risotto, please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, enough of my rambling, let's get to it. So for this recipe, you'll need garlic. I usually put like 4 cloves in, maybe even more. I won't use the whole bulb, but it does go pretty far. I'm pretty obsessed with garlic, I'm afraid. You'll need some peas, like a handful or 2, depends how much you like them. This is my secret ingredient, jalapeños. I'll chop these up into small pieces. It just adds a little bit of a tang to the recipe, which I love, but I understand that not everyone's a big fan of jalapeños, so if you're not, then don't put them in, and let me know what you'd recommend instead. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And here's about 500 grams of risotto. I used to put less in, but found that I wanted more. I wanted to eat more, or I needed more for the week, so I've just ended up putting a full 500 grams in. A cube of vegetable stock. There's about 800 mils of water here. Now, I end up using this, and then I end up topping up as I'm going along with hot water from the kettle. So just use this as a starting point. White wine vinegar, again, put in as much or as little as you want. Tahini, I recommend putting in about 3 tablespoons worth, or 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. I'm a bit low at the moment, so I'll put in as much as I can. Onions, now I've used red onions, but you can use white. These are really small. This bowl doesn't do them any justice, so I've put about 5 in there, but if you've got 1 large onion, I think 1 large onion would do. And a good handful of mushrooms. Another key ingredient is nutritional yeast. Now, it tastes great without it, but it just adds that little bit more depth and flavour when you do add it. I just ran out of time to pick it up on my way in today. So yeah, if you've got it in your cupboard, then great, add it in, it'll really taste good. Oh, and I almost forgot, I always add in parsley as well towards the end of making the recipe. So that's all the ingredients. I'm gonna get all this lot chopped up in a minute, but just a little tip before I do. This little culprit here, garlic. If you're anything like me and you're not very good at chopping it up, it's quite a good idea to put it in a blender, a NutriBullet, or something similar. So let's get to it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of onions. I'm like crying right now. Better get the rest chopped up. So I'm just going to take these 4 cloves of garlic and peel them, and then chuck them in the NutriBullet. Look at that, nice and ground into tiny little pieces. I always make such a mess when I'm cooking. I mean, I'm toning it down for you guys, but to be honest, it's the only way to cook. Oh, and I don't cook with oil, so you quite often see me using vegetable stock instead. Now I normally just give these a bit of a mix and then allow them to simmer for a couple of minutes before adding in some of the other ingredients. At this point you want to give the risotto a good stir. Once the rice has absorbed all of the stock, and if it's a soft texture, that means it's cooked. If it's absorbed all the stock and it's still not a soft texture, just boil the kettle and add in some more hot water until it's done. Now I've chosen to add peas to this dish, but it also tastes really good with broccoli or green beans or asparagus or any green veggies you can think of really. Now while waiting for the risotto to cook, I'm going to rustle up a quick salad to go with it. So this is just a really simple tomato and mixed leaf salad. I might even add some rocket to go with it. Oh, and a squeeze of lemon just for a little bit of extra flavour. This is cooking up nicely. Now I love all the different colours in this dish. Who said risotto is boring? Not me. Now you're probably thinking this is quite a lot of food for one person, and yes, you're right. I would say that this amount would probably do anywhere between 4 and 6 servings, depending on how hungry you are, how many people you're serving, and how big you like your portion sizes. So once I've had my dinner from this lot, I'll probably put the rest of it in the fridge and save it for when I get back from work during the week. I am starving now, so let's get this served up and get it eaten. Now this is such an amazing dish. It's so filling, so flavoursome, and it's just perfect for when you get in from the end of the day. You can have it in winter, in summer. It's just so versatile. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Oh, and it also tastes amazing with kale, so if you've got any of that lying around, I get that cooking as well. But now to the best bit, the taste test. So I'm really loving vegan risotto right now. It's time to finish the rest of my dinner. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe.